Alright, it's live right now. What's going on, people? Me, myself, Catch, co-host Hump, my guy Bamped, little Liverpool supporter in there. Yeah. Hey, so what? Where should we start? Liverpool.
Yeah, let's start
But
Liverpool.
listen, with both of us online today, you've got easy pickings, haven't you?
It's a good day. Oi, don't worry though. My cousin's coming in about 2 minutes. He wants you, Bampton. I told him.
Yeah, the Saka
Pardon?
lover. The Saka lover.
Yeah,
That's
the Saka lover. Yeah, he's going to score 20 goals this year.
Hey, the world-class guy, yeah? There's won
Yeah.
nothing. Not even won a final.
On the Liverpool front, for me, I haven't been able to watch much football so far this year due to work commitments, but I actually got to watch near enough everything this weekend. And I did watch the Liverpool Forest game. And in my opinion, Bamps, you never looked like you were going to score, mate. I think you could still be playing now and you weren't going to score. But I could say that about my lot yesterday, but we'll get onto that. But I felt, listen, that Nuno Espirito Santo, he was our manager for a brief period. And one thing he was always good at whilst Wolves manager, where he's basically made his name in this country anyway, was going away from home against the big boys, set up very well, sit in, keep it as tight as possible and hit you on the break. And he even went one step further Saturday, I thought, which was he actually introduced his fast wingers late in the game with only 20 minutes left. So he really sat in and didn't really try to do anything. And then as the game opened up, he's introduced them both on as substitutes, Elanga and Hudson-Odoi. And obviously Hudson-Odoi's got the finish. But I felt, I don't know how you felt, mate, but I did watch the entire game and they were breaking on you on a few occasions and I could feel it coming. I was actually watching it with a Liverpool fan and I said the same to him.
Yeah, I felt that they've struggled to break down Forest. They struggled last season. On the away fixture, they struggled against them as well to break them down. We got a lucky decision with the ref. Otherwise, it would have been a draw.
I remember the last one. Yeah, everyone going nuts about it.
Yeah, like it's a few teething problems, not clinical. At the end, like they couldn't finish their chances. For some reason, it was day off the office, but it's one of those games, isn't it?
Who do you in terms of like the creative side? I mean, I look at your side now, and obviously, like a lot of sides, you ain't really got an out and out centre forward that's really doing the business, right? And I know that Salah's obviously more than weighed in with enough goals, etc. But in terms of your forward line, as in that centre forward option, and secondly, your midfield, who would you say is your real creative force? Because, I mean, I like Szoboszlai. I think he's a quality player, but he seems to be, to me anyway, he's one of those, you might see a bit of something at some stage in the match, but I don't know if he's like, what's the word? It's not like he's actually at it enough constantly, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I would say our most creative player on our team is Trent. And that is the most creative player because Szoboszlai, he's overrated. He's hyped up player. He's overrated. He's not creating much.
I quite like him, but I do feel that he's another one. I've had the same thing with Catch so many times. But I feel he's one to add to the list of, yes, he delivers good moments, but over a course of 90 minutes, over the course of a whole season, I don't think there's enough.
I would say that we haven't had a decent creative midfielder since Coutinho. We've had workhorses. We've had Wijnaldum, Milner, Henderson, Fabinho. None of them are creative midfielders. We don't have Odegaard. We don't have a Maddison. We don't have a Dele Alli. We don't have a Silva. We don't have a De Bruyne. We don't have a Foden. We don't have that. We have a basic workhorse midfield, and ours comes from fast wing play, and that's where our creative play is. Even when our good team that we beat Man City, that Arsenal was trying to do, we didn't have a creative midfielder then.
Do you feel you've said about Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I don't disagree. Listen, I've always thought he's a classy operator, good footballer, technically very sound, great delivery, great passer of the ball. In recent times, I think it's this thing with England, it's as if, and this is him moving into midfield, it's as if he's trying to take it upon himself, that I think it's actually putting him in a position where he's losing a little bit of what he was always very good at. But
I think it's England forcing him to go in midfield.
yeah, I don't see it ain't working for me for him for England. But
It won't work for him because he won't have the time on the ball.
Well, the thing is taking into account from your lot. I mean, I'm going to ask this question. Under Klopp, you were always highly on the counter-attack, if you like. So you could be progressive through the pitch as well, but it's very early days. And I mean, bloody hell, you've just lost your first games, let your first goal in. I mean, it's hardly a disaster, right? It's early doors, and I'm not saying this is exactly
Nah. Hub.
What?
Let's not do this about, it's hardly a disaster. It's Nottingham Forest. Like, hold on.
Nottingham Forest, Nottingham Forest. Listen, mate. The way their manager and the way they set up, they can make that as difficult for anybody to play against them.
Fair enough, they can make it.
I mean, they done you in the FA Cup only 2 seasons ago. It's not like they can't beat these top sides.
Yeah, I'm not saying they can't make things difficult, but this week, everyone was talking. Oh my God, Arnie Ball. Everyone was so gassed. Now it's
everyone ain't me, mate. You didn't hear me saying that about Arnie Slot. I was just
I'm talking about my friend here, my friend Bamps. You was talking at Arnie, last week.
Everyone we played since the beginning, other than Forest game, we've looked the best out of everyone.
I think 3 games, no goals conceded. Obviously, one.
Bar the first half in the Ipswich game, all the other games we've looked good. We've looked good.
I think that's what I was going to ask you. Right, you've said that you think your most creative player is Trent, and to a degree, I understand the point. But if you're playing where his quick balls forward, and I'm not saying long balls, I'm saying good picked out passes. But if he's part of the Klopp way of playing, which is you're hitting teams more on the break, and obviously you've got Salah as one of the sort of like the point to the sword. Do you feel that underneath Slot, where it is a little bit more possession and it's a little bit more playing through the pitch, do you think that's going to cause you problems throughout the remainder of the season at times, like it did against Forest? Because you really did look toothless against Forest, I thought.
I would say it was more the final third. They weren't clinical. We dominated the game, but
yeah,
it's just they weren't clinical and where it counted. And I don't think it helps. Where for me, Nunes is he's got something, but he hasn't come for his full potential. And see him not playing is no good for him. He'll coming off the bench.
I agree with that. I actually think there's a hell of a player in there.
Same as with Gakpo. Look what he did in the Euros. Very good for the Dutch. Very good.
I'm not having Gakpo personally. I think he's decent, but I don't think he's top. But I do agree.
He's better than Solanke, though. He's better than Solanke.
Oh, mate, listen, you don't hear me talking up Solanke either. I already had it with him. He's third rate, Solanke. He's trying to make
Son, yeah? He's terrible now.
Son's been having it with Catch for 2
Wait.
Son's not delivered.
Keep it Liverpool. Keep it Liverpool.
Yeah, let's keep it Liverpool for a minute.
But
I agree with you on Darwin Núñez. I actually think there's a hell of a player in there. Yes, we all know about he seems to miss easy chances.
But people don't realise how many chances Salah has to score a goal as well. I'm
not a great fan of Salah. And when you said you felt that you weren't clinical at the weekend against Forest, I watched that entire game. And as far as I'm concerned, the term clinical means if you're creating clear-cut chances, you take them or you fail to take them. I didn't see any clear-cut chances for you, mate. Most of the ones I saw Salah literally trying to shoot from stupid angles, right, when it was never really on. He was never going to cause any damage, right, literally. And I'm being honest, I didn't see many clear-cut chances, especially second half.
Mm.
And when you talk about being clinical, I understand that, but you've got to create the actual clear-cut chances. I mean, Arsenal yesterday, right? They created a few chances, right, in the first half, didn't take and possibly should have done. But I didn't see that with you when you were against, especially second half. You controlled the game a little bit like Tottenham did yesterday, right? In some respects, in terms of, but like in the back half of the pitch. But like you just said, in the final third, you weren't really delivering.
Yeah, but I don't think clinical for going forward is just about shooting. It's also about that pass, because when a team
I agree.
When a team's sitting in like Forest, you've got to take that risk to get the ball, and it just weren't falling for us.
I agree on that.
Sometimes when you can't get second balls, if you're not getting second balls, you ain't winning the game.
No, I don't disagree on that. You're right. But the term clinical can be utilised in every way. I would turn around and use a slightly different word myself in terms of being more aggressive and being more front foot playing in terms of actually being more penetrating with a forward pass. Yeah. I mean, I watch my lot all the time, mate, and we go side to side so frequently. Yeah. It's so frustrating.
But I think
you do that, the move's gone.
Yeah, I think we're going to have where I think Arne Slot's more possession based. We're going to have that problem because it's, in theory, it's still Klopp's team. He hasn't signed anyone other than the guy from Juventus.
Fair point. I personally, I'm not trying to put you up against us, mate, because I think you've got far more potent forward options than we have. I really don't like us going forward, right, in terms of some of the players that we've got. I don't mind Solanke. I think there's a decent player in there, but I've said it at the start of the season. He's third tier, but in your respect, I think you've got a lot more at your disposal. And
I think we've got the second best attacking in the Premier League.
I think that's right. Arsenal's isn't that great either. They're a decent side coming from midfield. They're strong in midfield.
Yep.
I don't disagree with that. I think you're right. You've got this. Yeah, I tend to agree. And in some respects, the actual forward three. I mean, okay, City are City, and they've got Haaland. Obviously, no one else has got that. But I don't think you're too far. They're too wide men in terms of when they play wingers, Doku and this Savinho. I don't think Diaz or Salah obviously are too far away from that. But you definitely don't seem to have the centre.
I think we outgunned them on the wings, but they outgunned us with the striker, with the centre forward. Haaland.
Yeah, they caught you on the break. They were coming for you for the 10 or 15 minutes before they scored the goal. They broke away.
Similar. I'll tell you what, it was similar to watching England play. That's how it reminded me watching England play.
I don't disagree. Yeah, in control, but not really that dangerous. A bit boring and like pedestrian, and then obviously an error in some way leads to a goal conceded, doesn't it? But I don't know. I'm not one catch. If I have it with him all the time, right? He overreacts and like he. What's the word? He micromanages his reactions in terms of every single week. There's a different reaction. I look at it a bit longer term. I don't see that your issues are that major. Where it's going to leave you by the end of the season is a different story. But I think in that respect, it's too early at this stage, even now, to really claim there's too much going on. But I mean, overall, mate, you've suffered a loss this season. What do you feel so far from what you've seen? For Saturday was obviously
Saturday.
How do you feel about the slot scenario overall?
I'm actually quite confident, to be fair. I'm confident we'll get top 4.
I don't doubt you'll get top 4, and I think
I'm confident in that, and I think we'll get a cup run, possibly win one. Whether it's a League Cup, FA Cup, or even Champions League, we've got that, and we've got Champions League in us. Our team that won in 2005 was terrible, probably the worst team in the Champions League. Still won it.
Mate, you don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, look at
that shirt. We've gone back to 3-point lane, lads, so I had to draw this one out the archives, you know?
Listen, I said it to my Goonie mate. I said it to my Goonie mate yesterday. Don't give it all that 3-point lane rubbish. Brighton, Wolves, Crystal Palace, they're just as capable as coming to the lane and getting 3 points.
Yeah, they ain't your rivals though, mate.
You came for 1 point sensibly. Right? If you got a draw, you would have been happy. You got all 3. It's just typical Tottenham. But are we finishing up on Liverpool here?
Hump, your mic.
What?
When you're speaking, it's going like twice.
Hold on. Should I come back in?
Yeah. Hold on, though. How you doing, though, Bamps? You're awful quiet over there, mate.
All good, mate. All good.
You're awfully quiet over there. You usually got a lot to say, mate.
Oh, we got a lot to say, man. I got a lot to say on you, mate.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to get off Liverpool quite yet. I was listening to your conversation first.
Where you been hiding, man? Where were you the end of last season?
The end of last season? I was still here.
You went quiet like Jermaine, man.
What? Do it for Klopp?
In the woodwork.
Do it for Klopp. Is that what we're going back to?
Don't worry, mate. We've done it, innit? That's what I'm saying. Remember your manager. Yeah? What's he
My manager's only 5 years into his succession, big man.
Yeah, we won the league in 5 years, mate.
I know, with a manager that was learning his trade at Mulder and in the second league of Germany, big man. He wasn't here front and centre ready for Bamps.
You chose to employ Pep Guardiola's cone boy. Come on, man.
Okay, I just before we move on, I just got two questions for you as the Liverpool fan. Yeah.
With the phone boy, you're not gonna beat him.
Do you think that this season is Liverpool in the title race?
No.
Okay.
We overachieved last year.
Okay.
You could see how we went landslide at the end.
Okay.
Is
I'm not
anybody
deluded,
in the title
I'm
race?
not deluded. I'm there. Top 4.
Did you hear what he just said?
No, I didn't hear him. What did he say?
Is anybody in the title race?
Yeah,
No.
we're definitely in the title race, mate.
The Premier League's the Farmers League, mate. It's
keep winning every year, no problem.
Would you say, Ham?
That title race that City keep winning every year, no trouble. Is that the title race we're talking about?
You know what they say? Once you're in the ring, you got a puncher's chance, you know? But you got to be in the ring, mate. You got to be in the ring.
We'll carry on with that anyway, no problem.
You lot ain't in the ring.
That's what I'm saying. When they're not in the ring, they can't even think about a puncher's chance, mate. But we're in the ring, innit? So we got to rock and roll with it.
We're in the potato race or the egg and spoon race.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready for you today, Hump. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready for you.
Hump, at least you can win the egg and spoon race, man. They ain't winning no boxing match.
You see, wait, Bamped. You see Sabozlai?
Yeah.
What is he, bro?
He's overrated, bro. That's what he is.
No. You're trying to play. Everyone's like, oh, he needs to play in the 10.
No, I think they're playing him as a cam. What I think is a cam, but he ain't got, mate. He's not. He's overhyped, mate. It's one of them.
Do you think you should have sold Carvalho?
Yeah.
If you're gonna play the 10.
He's not enough quality to make a considerable difference to what they're going on. You see what they were saying before, yeah? This Arnie Slot team, yeah, is missing like a player like Thiago. If they had like a Thiago in this Arnie Slot team, Liverpool would be very, 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 very dangerous. But they don't. The only player that they have really that can unlock like the defense plays at right back. And when you do low block, it's difficult for him to make that magical wonder pass to get someone in, and they got to take the chance when he does do it.
I did when we first started talking. That was the first thing I was taking, Bamps, which is the forward line. They're not got the out-and-out centre forward, which a lot of sides don't have these days, right? But I was also leaning towards the midfield area. Where's the danger man? Where's it all coming from? And so I tend to agree on that, mate.
Liverpool's strength was in the. Like, it was rock and roll. They took 3 chances to score a goal, but in a game, they would, because it's just back and forth, they would get 15 chances in that game.
So fast, came at you so fast.
Yeah, now teams are not giving you that. You're not having more of the ball, so you're not playing like, it's Klopp's team, but you're not playing with that same, like rock and roll. Like, you attack us, we attack you. They're sitting in now and saying, yeah, find a pass. And that pass is not happening.
I put exactly the same point forward. I also think it's an issue that we've got, but we'll get onto the issues that we've got in a minute.
Yeah, man. That's like a little 20 minutes, half an hour on them lot.
Well, can I step away just for 1 minute and I'll be back?
Yeah.
What do I do, mate?
For me, with Liverpool as well.
Yeah, mute it.
Bamps, you have to be prepared to know that it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I hope you know that.
Yeah, it's like a new girlfriend, man. With sex in it. It gets worse, then it gets better.
But boy, I don't know how many rounds you're gonna have to do with this one for it to get good, big man. Because you see when you
keep beating it out until it learns, man.
It's not even this season for me, but you see next season, if you don't keep Salah and Van Dijk, hey, bro.
Wait, and Trent's going.
But you see with Trent, yeah, Trent is good for them, but he's not a direct leader. Yeah, they've lost Klopp, and if they lose Van Dijk, that's their another leader, and Salah is their main man. Whether you want to say he doesn't have enough chances or whatever,
he's their
main guy.
He's the right winger, right?
Yeah, Trent can have a rubbish game, and Salah will drag them out. Do you understand what I mean?
No, but
in our team,
I hear you.
In our team, we've got 3 world-class players. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
World-class. Van Dijk, Alisson, and Salah.
Yeah.
The rest ain't world-class.
What do you feel like it's harder to replace? Yeah, a right back or like a generational right winger?
A generational right winger. Them goals.
A generational right winger. But for me, where Liverpool don't create like that, yeah, I feel like Trent is a lot of the reason why. Like, if they lose Trent as well, that who's creating in that team?
But I'm saying to you, cuz that Salah creates more than Trent. Trent does Hollywood passes so it looks good. But if Salah gets injured, they're stuffed. Like, there is... where does it come from?
Well, can I add something to this? Because I did hear what you spoke about, right? Especially on Trent, right? Would everyone agree that in terms of the way that Trent's being asked to play now, pushing more into the middle, most of his assists came from his quality of crosses, or his quality of delivery, right? So obviously pushing into the middle, he's not as often in a position to be able to deliver that kind of quality, right? Mm-hmm. If you look back at the last 3 or 4 years,
Hey, Hump, your mic is mad, you know.
Let me take me out and put me back in, mate.
Shit. Hold on, sorry.
But yeah, that's all it is for me. I just think that Trent is, they got the love for Trent because he's their homegrown player and that, but it's easier to find a right back that can pass than it is to find a guy that can give you 20 goals a season for 5 seasons on the trot. Do you understand?
I disagree with you. He's the best right back going forward. There's not one better than him in the world. Defending, he's trash. But going forward, there's not one that's better than him.
But you lot talk about Trent like he's a Danny Alvarez. He's not a Danny Alvarez.
He's better than Danny Alvarez.
No, fuck off.
Right.
Am I better now?
Like, what? What did you just say? What did you just say? Trent Alexander-Arnold is better than Danny Alvarez. Bro. I'm gonna slap my phone off the table. You're right.
He is.
I think it might be Bamp's microphone more than mine, Catch.
Say something.
Yo.
Hello. How am I now?
Yeah, it sounds good now. It sounds everyone's good. But yeah, that's a crazy take, bro. Danny Alvarez, the man that's won everything in football. Most trophies, that man's at right back. Come on.
I'm saying, well, let me
take it off Bampton. It's you. Bampton, take it off that. You got to hold it, bro. Go on.
What I'm saying is, I'm saying going forward, creating, he's the best. That's what I'm saying. You remember Roberto Carlos? He was good going forward and attacking. He couldn't defend. He was rubbish at defending.
Yeah, but
you got to remember when we have Trent, when we used that, you got to remember this is a clock team. When we had Trent going forward, doing all the assists, he used to have Fabinho, Henderson drop in for that position. So that's why it's hot now. Where they don't have them players, it's highlighted how bad his defending is.
But I'm saying to you, like, Trent has only looked good in one system underneath one manager. Yeah. So now that system is not in place,
I think you're talking shit there because in the first 2 games with Arne Slot looked good, and then when he's played, obviously I know it's only England and it was only against Ireland and Finland. He was the best player, champ.
I'm saying Trent with time on the ball with a target man is a different class. But you don't play that style now. So like Hump was just saying, you are asking Trent to invert. Trent's biggest asset was him being out wide and being able to look at the pitch. Do you understand? So now I can see what's going on. When I'm in the middle of the park, I don't have that time and space that I had on the right side that I was getting before. That is also into the system. The system was designed for Trent to go forward and Henderson to cover him so he didn't look these deficiencies. Now, man is saying to you, bro, I need you to defend, but I also need you to be able to attack. That's not his strong suit. So now we're seeing the deficiencies within his game. I'm not saying that Trent's not a very, very good player.
You're talking absolute garbage. You've not seen that this year. That's garbage. You see that last year, not this year. He's not made any mistakes this year. Where's the mistake? What game?
I'm saying I never said the mistakes. I said where's the chance creation? I'm saying this season, where has Trent's chance creation come?
You're saying that he can't defend now. You're saying under Arne Slot he can't do the defending. Well, he has been doing the defending. Did you not see the ball for his ball into Salah against?
You have only just let in your first goal of the season. If we're talking about defending.
You're just judging it because of him playing in the system. He actually played worse last year, the year before, sorry, under Klopp than he did with Arne Slot. You got to remember, it's free. You get 4 games.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying the levels that you can take the end of last season, the heights of where we saw Trent at, where I've seen Trent at, is under Klopp. Yeah. So the whole narrative of this conversation was for me was the 3 players that you lot couldn't afford to lose is you've lost Klopp. That was the first one for me. Yeah, Van Dijk and Salah. Jay said Trent. I said no. They can replace Trent. Do you understand? Like, so if it's a toss-up between them 3, Trent is at the end of the line. Like, he's the first one that I'm saying can go. I would rather keep Van Dijk or keep Salah than keep Trent. That's all I was saying. I'm not taking nothing away from the quality that Trent has. Yeah, but I'm saying
don't age come into it when we're thinking about all this. Because Trent,
yes, age does come into it, but Liverpool are in a place now where, like, because we've been there, cuz, yeah, you see, when you lose your greatest manager followed by your greatest players, yeah, you need to be in a place where you, like, steady the ship. You just need to think about, like, just, like, you know, like, Wenger was just like, yeah, top 4. Like, you need to just be in that space. Like, win a couple. When he said, yeah, we can win Champions League, I don't doubt Liverpool could win the Champions League. Look at the cup competitions, but just focus on steadying the ship. For them to steady the ship, they have to keep the leaders. Do you understand? So no matter, even if Arne Slot don't work, they get a new manager, but they still got the foundations of the leaders in the thing. If they keep Arne Slot, but he loses Van Dijk and Salah, it's very difficult for you to go into the market. Like, you can play Van Dijk next to anyone and their backline looks good. You take Van Dijk out and you play Kanate and Kwanzaa, we don't know what that is. It might be a mad day.
Yeah. No, I hear you when you're putting it like that.
I'm not personally. I'm not overreacting on the Liverpool scoreline. Right, I've seen Nuno Espirito Santo do that to near enough every team in the league, top teams over the last 5 years. Right, he's done it at Man City. He's done it to Arsenal. He's done it to Tottenham. He's done it to Liverpool. Like, the way that he sets up extremely defensively. Yes, you do have to find a way to break these sides down, right? But on any given day of any season over the last 5 years, near enough every team in the league struggles to find, right, some sort of attacking, like, prowess in any one-off game. I'm not going to overreact on the Liverpool scoreline personally, right? I would like to add. Right, they do look a little bit different, and it is going to give them different problems for the remainder of the season. But it's up to them to find the solutions, isn't it?
The last thing I'm going to say on that is the reason why it's not an overreaction, but I'm looking at it with a little beady eye like that. Is because
mate.
It's because you're looking at it because we're relevant. You're scared, man.
No, it's not even that. Yeah. You see, there's one thing about Liverpool, yeah? There's one thing about Liverpool that man can say. Anfield is a fortress. Little teams do not go to Anfield and leave with anything.
We're coming. Check your mirrors. We're coming, man.
It's all right, man. I'm not scared of you, man. I've run past you. I remember a time you told me I couldn't talk to you. Yeah, I remember a time you was telling me, I don't talk to man that's down there. Now times have changed, big man. You understand? You got new ringers and that.
I'm not sure. Go on, Ben. I'm not sure if I heard you right there, Trees, but you said that not many little sides are going to Liverpool and coming away with the points like Saturday. In the last 2 years under Klopp, it was happening quite frequently as well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's been a decline.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. And I think that's the key issue.
When you have the elite manager, like, I always say, yeah, Pep, yeah, is a freak, yeah. Like, him alone accounts Man City for 20 points. Just him alone. Forget what squad they have. Just Pep Guardiola, he starts the season with 20 Premier League points on the table. Just him one. Klopp was a guy that was giving me 13 to 15 before the season even started. Then Liverpool got 13 to 15 points. There's been so many games where they shouldn't have won. They shouldn't have got a point. I seen Alisson fucking score a goal last minute, fam. Whose keeper comes and scores a goal last minute for you to win the game? Like, that's my thing. Usually, Liverpool would find a way to bum fluff that Nottingham Forest game. Do you understand? As rubbish as they was, they would find a way. That's why I'm just looking and saying, okay, there's no injuries. There's no, do you understand? That was their full team. Everyone's out there. Everyone's fit. Nottingham Forest shouldn't be causing you that kind of problem. The Liverpool that we know. But that's all I'm going to say. We can move on from that one now. We will see in the future. Yeah, we will be here in the end of October, November, Liverpool's run. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. That's all I'm going to say. So we'll be here at the end of October.
We'll be here next Sunday when the league's done. Yeah. Next Sunday when the league's finished.
Are you unbeaten?
It doesn't matter, mate.
Did you get 3 points this weekend? Hey, don't talk about next weekend. Tell me about now. Did you get 3 points? Did you get 3 points this weekend? Man's banking on Man City. Why are you banking on Man City? You should hate Man City more than anyone. So there's no team in the world that could be like, I want Liverpool City to lose.
We had a better season than you last season. Remember that.
Oh, bruv, you lot are the guys, yeah, that tell us as Arsenal fans, yeah, we can't bring up FA Cups and Carabao Cup trophies. But as soon as man win them, man's like, oh, it's something. Brother, you said last season you're winning the league and you bum fluffed it. You're the best team that you have in your life. You fluffed it. You couldn't do it for your manager, big man. Don't come here now and start talking about how we had a better season than you.
The best team we had, Chan. The best team we had actually beat Man City. You think your team now is better than our best team we had when we beat City?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
No,
so
I don't. And that's why it's scary. That's why I'm not stressed or overly frustrated, because nobody in this Arsenal team yet is in their prime.
Bampton, go on.
So City's team was better then than it is now.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Most definitely. I give you that. Like, that's why I said you out of anyone should be the most angry that like at City, like, because your golden era was in their golden era, innit? But me as an Arsenal fan right now, I'm not stressed. We're on the upward trajectory, big man. No one in my team is in their prime, nothing. So we're only gonna keep doing this. Eventually we're gonna get to the top of the mountain because Man City's doing this. Kevin De Bruyne and that's getting old. They're gonna go soon. Do you understand? So eventually, same way I ran past you and you told me I couldn't talk to you, I'm going to stand at the top of the mountain and let you know that you can't chat to me. So it's fine. We can be here now. It's okay.
You can't still do that, man. I tell you, when you see your team in the Champions League, and then remember, you still got to do this when you look at me, man.
Brother, you still haven't even celebrated your Premier League yet, big man. You couldn't go outside. You couldn't go outside and jump around. You see when we win it, I know you're a London fan. When we win it, turn your Liverpool top inside out, yeah, and then you can come to the parade with us in your red and you can see what it feels like to win a Premier League. Do you understand? But as for right now, it's all right, man. You're going to win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, man. But let's get on to Tottenham because I got to leave soon. And certain man was telling me about, they got this player and they got that player. And so I just want to hear what they got to say because it's 3 point lane, 3 years in a row. Come to your yard and leave with 3 points.
If you're talking about me there, I didn't say we've got this player or we've got that player to you. I didn't say nothing like it. Right, if that's who you're directing that at. Right, the only thing I've got to say is there's a lot of sweeping statements from you there, right, about obviously in terms of Liverpool or Arsenal, etc., etc. One of the statements you made was, "Are you unbeaten this season?" Right now, when you say that Pep Guardiola's worth 20 points to City, right, literally as a manager, Klopp used to be worth 13 to 15, right? In your opinion, first question I'll ask you is, what is Arteta worth to Arsenal in that respect?
He's worth a 10 right now.
Okay, right. So you got 3 points at Villa Park. Was they anything to do with Mikel Arteta, or was they to do with the fact that Ollie Watkins couldn't finish his breakfast?
Can two things be true?
Well, at the end of the day, literally, the victory that you picked up against Aston Villa had nothing to do with Arteta because you should have been 2-0 down before and you were actually very poor on the day.
I should have been 2-0 down, but that's the history. Exactly. Let's talk about Tottenham right now. Did Arteta coach a masterclass to come to your ground, give you all the ball, and you lot couldn't do nothing? Talk about what my manager did this weekend.
I'm not being funny. If I'm in Arteta's shoes, I could do that against Tottenham as well. That's no great big shame. Well, everybody knows.
Only little Tottenham, man. We're getting gas like. Little Tottenham.
If you let Tottenham, and I'm speaking it as a Tottenham fan, if you let Tottenham do what they do, right, throughout an entire game, you'd be very sensible because at some point over the 90 minutes, they're going to give you 5 chances to win the game, easy because of stupidity. Right, literally, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work that out. So
why are you not relegated? Why does every team not come to your home ground and beat you? There's no team that you hate more than us. So it's not a normal thing for Arsenal to go to White Hart Lane and win. Yeah.
The thing is,
the whole. Wait, let me finish. You spoke. I didn't say anything.
Let one.
Yeah. The whole narrative about Arsenal before was, oh, we're pushovers. We don't really have no fight. We don't really have no bottle. We don't have none of that. We was missing 2 of our spine. Yeah. So I don't understand where you can go with not giving my manager credit for finding a solution to go into a derby match and leaving with 3 points.
Right, so let's we're speaking specifically about literally what Arteta is capable of delivering for Arsenal, and I'm not questioning that he isn't a good manager and that he's got a good head. Right, I've said it to you when we had the first chat. You can watch it back if you like. Right, technically as a footballer, Mikel Arteta was an excellent footballer. He's taken that same technical knowledge and football know-how into management. That's not what I'm questioning. But I had it from Catch last year. Right, it was genius. Right, from Arteta to go to the Etihad and play for a 0-0 draw like you got. Right now, as I said at the time, it would cost you the league. And if you actually look back at the way the season finished, that specific game, you can say the Aston Villa game, right, where you dropped the points. But the thing is if you arrogantly thought, and if Arteta arrogantly thought that you could do what City can do and go 10 games without dropping any other points, right, then that doesn't make him a genius, because you have never had that kind of scenario, right, when it counts in the last 20 years at the final stage of a season under any manager, where you could put that kind of a run together to win out a league. Right now, in terms of Mikel Arteta, right, and his abilities, not questioning them, right, that is why Arsenal are somewhat now in the hunt, right, to be one of the top sides. They still haven't quite managed it yet, but in terms of what he delivers, right, literally in terms as a manager, right, against Aston Villa this season, you were poor. Right, you shouldn't have got any points in that game. Yesterday, if we weren't as foolish as what we always are in some respects, you should have dropped 2 points yesterday. We never looked like scoring. But your manager, and I'll give you in the case of yesterday, he set you up in a way where he just waited to pick us off, and you did. Right, from a set-piece goal. Right, I'm not denying that. But in terms of when you're talking about how great Arteta is or Arsenal squad is, what have we seen so far? Right, what has been delivered from all the effort and endeavour from the manager and the players? What's been delivered so far?
3 wins and 1 draw. That's what's been delivered so far. And secondly, hold on, let me finish. Secondly, that's what you said. So we're going to talking about what's happened so far.
I only asked what you mean. You're talking about this season. That's all I asked.
Do you think, that Man City win every game that they like? Does Man City deserve to win every game that they play? Do they not have matches where they play bad and the other team should win, but they don't win? Isn't that part of the fight and the race of being a champion? It's not my fault if you don't take your chances. That's got nothing to do with me. Dominic Solanke 3 in the box yesterday, taking an age to get his shot away. That's got nothing to do with Arsenal. Absolutely nothing.
But do you not think?
But that's my point. It's got nothing to do with Arteta's genius either, has it?
It's Arteta's genius that you see how you just said that Liverpool have one of their best attacking lines in the Premier League. You can't tell me a defense that's better than mine, and it's not even a conversation. I have the best defense in the league.
We weren't discussing defenses, Trees.
So that's down to Arteta. That's down to nobody else. So you can't tell me that I can't say about him.
Hold on. You're throwing something in about your defense. Me and Bamps weren't discussing defense. We were talking about the top attacking line. If you want to discuss defenses, your defense so far in the last 2 seasons, this one and last season, by a million miles, has been the most miserly, right? Literally giving up the least amount of goals. Might not finish like that in the end, right, at the end of the season, but throughout the season, yes, 100%. Right?
And who's that down to? That's not down to thin air. That's down to the manager.
My end Catch, this is going nuts. Literally, whenever Tree speaks, it's going crazy.
Yeah, your end's crazy. I don't know what it is. Every time you speak.
But yeah, that's all I want to know. I just want people to give Arteta some credit of the fact that, like, same way you said last season, like he said last season, when we went to the Etihad, that was a mistake. We should have went there and went for the jugular. Yeah. But man, forget that he's learning on. I haven't seen Arteta in his 4 or 5 years at Arsenal, make the same mistake 2-3 times in a row. Like, every time he makes the mistake, the next time we have that problem, he doesn't go about it in that same way. So I can't put him down for trying to figure out what is the right process. Like, I will look at Man United and I say sometimes they're crazy because they just keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's craziness to me. If you're trying to do different things, cool. Sometimes it might work, sometimes it might not work. But the fact that you've got a different plan to put in place, all right, that one didn't work. All right, let me try something else. That one worked. Let me put that one in my pocket. The next time we come up against that scenario, we've got those things in tangent. You lot can say, all right, our attacking line. Let me finish. This is my last point. Our attacking line, is not like the most potent, but my manager has found a solution to the fact that we don't really score goals madly from open play. We score goals from corners and set pieces. We've scored 42 goals in the last year and a half from set pieces. That is down to my manager. So you can't only look at his deficiencies and say, oh, he does nothing. What does he bring to Arsenal? When 4 years ago, the Arsenal that we was talking about, like I said, Bamps was on it when we used to have FaceTime comments. It was like, bro, you can't talk to me. We'll be 4 games into the start of the season, and then man, there's already 9 points ahead of us. Man saying, bro, you can talk to me. Yeah, I'm 9 points ahead of you already, and we've already played 5 games. Probably out of the conversation. Now, that's not me. So I got to embrace what is going on, whether it goes positive, whether it goes negative, whether we don't win, whether we win. We're still moving in a forward trajectory, and you have to give some credit
in no way
to this man.
I'm not disagreeing with you in terms of Arteta's capability as a manager, and if I gave that impression, that's not what I meant. I asked you a question of how many points he's worth a season, right? And you got 3 points at Villa Park, which I don't think he had anything to do with, right? But that's not the point, right? I'm not denying what you just said about your manager. I think he's very, very clever, right, in terms of coming up with the right plans to win games. And throughout an entire season, if you want to take points from the big games, sometimes you've got to sit on the edge of your box. So like Nuno Espirito Santo just did at Anfield. Well, literally, it is the good managers will have the capability to do that across the whole of the season. No, I'm not denying that about Arteta. Well, literally, I think at the moment now it's quite obvious in this league now that Klopp's gone, he's comfortably the second best manager in the league.
Okay.
I'm not denying that, right?
He's not the second best manager. He's not. Who do you think's the second best manager? Emery is. He's one.
Yeah, man. I knew he was going to say Udai bloody fucking Emery, blood.
Yeah, but again, to me,
it's not even his team, bro. It wasn't even his squad. It was Emery's squad. Remember that. Come on.
He still won it, bro. He still won it, though. You got to be in it to win it. He won it. Allow it.
Okay, how long do you give? Like, don't get me wrong. I think Arteta's done a good job. I'm not saying that. But how long would you give him till he becomes another Poch? Great football, does a good job, but how many more seasons are you giving him?
Okay, so I've had this conversation with Catch 1,000,001 times, yeah? And my thing is, until Arsenal stop doing this, yeah, Arteta's got as long as we keep doing this.
You're here now.
I was just about to say.
You've done second.
How are we here now?
Because we've done second twice, bro. So it's
not that. Our second twice,
actually, the numbers,
more points.
The points.
We've got more points. We got less losses. So there's always like
1 point or 20 points. It's still the same result. You lost.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, what's the word? What's the word? Like, what's the word?
When we got 97 points, we still lost. We still come second. We didn't win nothing.
So then wait. I'm gonna ask you a question now. The season that Liverpool went unbeaten and only not unbeaten, when you only lost to Watford, yeah, and you lost the league, yeah, by 1 point, should you have fired Jurgen Klopp then?
No.
Why?
Because we're gonna get better.
So that's the exact same thing that I'm saying, but you're telling me no.
we were winning cups. We were winning stuff. Yeah. We
Okay.
won Champions League. We were winning cups. What I'm saying to you is, how many years do you give him until?
Well, that's how I was going to suggest.
This is what I'm saying.
You're giving it to me. There's no time frame. I can't give you a time frame. I can't give you a time frame.
The worst thing that Wenger did was say Champions League. The worst thing that Wenger did, which is why I think the Premier League is a farmers' league now, is because they make the top 4 a glorified thing. You got top 4. That's not winning is winning, man. For me, if you're competing to win. What's the point of finishing 4th or 2nd? You're the first loser. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Arteta is a bad manager. I'm saying he's done a great job with Arsenal because he has, because it was a shit state before. Right? He's got the fans back on side. There's an atmosphere there. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's buzzing, you know. But what I'm asking you is how many years? Because you could go and get someone else. With that squad you've got a good team, yeah.
Who do we go? All right. So if you could tell me, I could have Ancelotti. Let me finish. If you tell me I could have Ancelotti, I could have Simeone, I could have Jurgen Klopp out of retirement, I could have Pep Guardiola if he wasn't at Man City. I would take any 4 of them over Arteta. But don't tell me you're gonna get me Xavi Alonso or you're gonna get me
I'm not saying
any of these men that are still on the same level as Arteta that I feel like is gonna make an incredible difference. No, I don't feel like that. I feel like we're at the point now where this season in the market we failed. Yeah, we bought a lot of we did some good business, but we didn't directly address the things that 100% that would get us over the line. So next season, there is no excuses now.
Whose fault is that?
Because I can't blame the managers for that.
You can't blame Kroenkes either. They're back to you money-wise. So it's Eddie's fault, right?
So, all right. So the Kroenke. Wait. You asked me a question. So not blame the Kroenkes.
Let him finish.
Someone that keeps buying left backs, yeah, because you brought left backs every year, right? Left back. He's not buying the right people because he's not happy with them.
Okay.
So, and you've never, for me, Arteta's never brought. For me, Jesus is not a striker. You've never, since the last decent striker you had was Giroud. Or maybe
I don't even rate Giroud.
Nah, I put respect on Giroud's name.
I don't rate Giroud. The last good striker we had was Aubameyang. Please do not tell me about no flipping Giroud who never scored no 20 Premier League goals for Arsenal in his life. No, yeah, but continue. Continue.
You still rate. But what I'm saying is he's never seemed to be happy with that the left back situation, which is really weird because you've had some good, but he keeps buying there. Like, I don't get why you got the Italian left back when you brought Timber and he's fit. Timber's a great player. He can play there, and you could have spent that money. Obviously, I know it's not a great amount of money, but you could have got a better left winger because Martinelli seems to have fallen off. But the left side's a bit. That was your weakness last year. That was your only weakness because nothing was coming through Ben White and Saka. That side is solid. That side's solid. It's your left side that was letting you down.
Yep. I don't disagree. I disagree with none of that bit that you said. But as I was gonna say, to not put the Kroenkes in because now they've decided to spend some money doesn't absorb them of all the fuckeries that they put us through when they wasn't spending no money and it was allowing us to sell our best player season in, season out. So I'm not gonna absorb them of the money factor spending because
since Arteta, but I would talk about Arteta's time.
Yeah, no. So now but I'm saying you can't buy a house. Your house can look pretty on the outside, but if you go inside and all the beams is cracked and you got mold everywhere, big man, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to get this house back up to standard. From the outside looking in, it looks pretty. It's a big 4-story house that's got 18 bedrooms in it, but not one of them bedrooms you could sleep in. So, do you really have a house? Do you understand what I mean? Now, that's why I will give Arteta that time because he's the man that's come in and smashed up everything. He's broken down the walls. He's got the fans back on side. So,
20-goal striker that you liked as well.
Yeah, he did, but it was the right thing for him to do at that point. Those are the things that we needed. We needed to get those things over the line. Now,
So
in terms of left wingers, wait, in terms of left wingers and in terms of strikers, yeah, the market, yeah, is
no. Don't say it's rubbish because it isn't. It's not.
Who?
It's not.
Who? Tell me three guaranteed. Tell me 3 guaranteed 20 goals a season Premier League strikers that Arsenal could sign today.
What you could have got in the summer?
Yeah, who we could have got in the summer?
You could have got Goretzka.
He don't guarantee me 20 goals. Go on.
You could have got Ivan Toney.
The Ivan Toney's one.
You could have got the guy. What's his name from Napoli? The striker, Uzman.
I give you Osimhen too.
Yeah, you could have got Neto.
He don't guarantee me 20 goals.
He'll get you more than thing he's getting, yeah.
Go and look at Neto's stats, big man. He's not a mad goal machine, you know. He's a creative player. He doesn't really score a lot of goals. He creates for other people. But my thing to you is, that's what I'm saying. The market is not plethora. I would rather. So, for instance, I think Arsenal want to go and sign not Ivan Toney. They want to go and sign Isaac next summer. Yeah, I think that's Arsenal's plan. Would I have rather?
He won't suit you. He won't suit you.
Isaac won't suit Arsenal.
It's same as Thingy won't suit you either. Ollie Watkins, it won't suit you.
Yeah, you said two crazy statements today. You said that Dani Alves is not better than Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you said that Isaac wouldn't suit Arsenal the way Arsenal play football. Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That's a crazy one, though, man. The Isaac
that you've got now, he doesn't play that way.
Bro, did you watch the game? Just even watch the game yesterday?
No, I didn't watch the game yesterday.
I watched it, bro. He does the whole drop in. He's the one that played the ball through, and they.
So then, why didn't you get him then? Why didn't you buy him?
Because they wanted 130 million.
But you spent 100 million on Rice. Why can't you spend on?
Yeah, but that's English tax, big man. You're Swedish. Why are we giving 130 million for this Swedish guy? No, you know there's English tax, there's Premier League tax. I hear you, but next season we're gonna get him for 85-100 million. So as I was saying, I would have rathered Arsenal not buy an Ivan Toney for 40-50 million if that means that we get Isaac next season. But next season you have to go out and buy that maverick signing, Arsenal. There's no excuses. The defense is patterned. We got cover in the midfield. Now I don't want no Farmers League. I need Rafleao. I need Ayamal. I need Isaac. I need one of those.
Why didn't you get them this year?
Why didn't we get them this year?
Yeah, why didn't you get them this year?
Because I feel like the PSR. You as a Liverpool fan, it's crazy asking anybody else why they didn't spend money.
That's been around since 2013. It's bollocks. PSR has been around for donkeys. It's an It's a PR thing to keep the fans happy because they're not spending money. Come on.
Okay.
Arsenal season ticket. Yeah, my friend's got Arsenal season ticket. It's the most expensive. It goes up every year. He had a silver membership card. Yeah. If he doesn't go to 3 games, they take it away from him. He's been there 20 years. That's disgraceful. That's a PR stunt to keep you thingy. That's all it is. PR. That's been around.
So just a question to you. Do Liverpool not need something? Do you not need players and signing?
We need loads, but we've got the same problem. We got our owners are business. They're not there to win. They're there to make money. That's all it is.
Okay, so
fellas, right? Fellas, everybody's got the same problem, right? Which is they've got to try and find a way to be as good as Man City. Everybody's got that problem. That's the first problem, right? And that's something that I don't think that is you don't undo that overnight. Arsenal at the moment, right, have obviously been doing the best job, for want of better words, improving the squad, etc., etc. But they are still coming second to Man City.
I think Arsenal,
right?
weak
overall.
I think overall.
Yeah, but overall, in terms of Arsenal, right, there's been, now, I'm not trying to be an arsehole here, there's been a 3 or 4 year best part of loving with Arsenal from the media, from all sorts of angles, and obviously all you Arsenal fans are extremely happy. Bamps was putting the question forward, which is how long, right, can Arteta continue to fail to deliver, right, in terms of actually winning something, right? You never really answered it other than saying, well, it's an unlimited amount of time. And in the modern day era...
And I'm saying that I don't have that's my answer. I don't have a direct answer.
Yeah, but see, no manager, the reason why I'm saying this is because no manager gets an unlimited amount of time.
No, hold on. I've got an answer. This is his last year. For me, this is his last year of me like backing
Well,
you.
I'm glad to hear something a bit more concrete, because at the end of the day, like I just started it off by making this point, the loving with Arsenal, right? Whether or not it's justified or it's a good thing, right? You are still failing like everybody else, and as far as I'm concerned, when you look around the league, if you take Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal out of it, the rest of them are mostly crap. They throw out crap performances one week, they give in a good performance the next. Then they can't win for 3 games. Then they win 2 on the trot. Right? Then they can't win for another 4 games. Right? My lot included. So honestly, being the best of the rest is all that Arsenal have achieved to this point. Right? For the last 2 seasons. That's all they've really achieved. So when you talk about literally what can be delivered, right? They haven't delivered anything. That's the cold light of day. Catch, you finally just turn around and actually put some sort of time limit on it, as in your mind, Arteta gets 1 more season. So that brings me to say, is this the season that he's going to win it then?
Yeah, I said it. It's the season. We're going to win the league.
You have said that to me for the last 3 seasons.
So, Pump, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something then?
Of course you can.
As a fan and as a supporter,
yep.
How do you have that energy for Arsenal, but support Tottenham and claim that that's your team? Shouldn't you just be done with football then? Because you don't never win nothing, never, and you're just giving the competition to take up the numbers. So wait, no, let me finish. Let me finish. You spoke. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't. I let you speak. Do you understand? So you can't come here and say, how long does Arteta have when he's had 5 years, but I've been alive 32 years and seen you win 1 major trophy. You cannot sit here on stream and tell my manager, who has taken us out of the dumps, when you had Pochettino, was you telling Pochettino get the fuck out when he was making Spurs finish top 4 and finish above Arsenal? I bet he wasn't. But now you want to sit here on stream and be like, oh, how long does he have?
I only tried to answer your first question when you first spoke. I weren't interrupting you because you asked me a question straight off. That's why I tried to speak. Right. So then the answer to your Pochettino for me, right, literally was weak from the very beginning. We struggled to beat sides, right? We struggled to break down sides. I heard Bamps make a statement earlier, right, about he's just going to be another Pochettino in terms of Arteta if he doesn't win things. Straight away, Arteta is a far better manager than Pochettino because we had one way of playing which wasn't that great. Right, and yes, we delivered 4th spot, but as far as I'm concerned, I've never been interested in 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, or anything else other than.
But you've never been first, so what could you be interested in?
Hold on, I'll answer your question.
Hold on, let him answer.
It's not realistic for Tottenham Hotspur to be thinking about first because we are nowhere fucking near it. That's it. That's the point. So when you say about literally, I've got energy for Arsenal, I've got all the energy in the world for any team in any football scenario. But in terms of Tottenham, right, literally, we have not spent, right, anything, nothing but balance the books over the last 10 to 15, 20 years.
You spent 440
let me finish. Hold on. On occasion, we have spent somewhere towards 100 million over the course of a season, right? And that's included players like Ndombele, right, literally, Lo Celso, right, Victor Wanyama, Musa Sissoko, right, wasted money, right, when we have spent money, it's been wasted terribly, right, and it's never been on good enough quality players. Now, you can look at what the problems are or who you direct it at in terms of Tottenham. Most people direct it at Levy, right, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know where to direct it because it's just wrong, and it's always wrong all the time. So in terms of a Tottenham being realistic about Tottenham, we can't put ourselves in a position until, right, we actually have a bit of faith in a manager that happens to be the right one, and we start progressing forward season on season like you've been doing. Now, like I say,
that's my point. I feel like Arteta is the right one. So until his ship cracks and starts to fall apart, he should have as much time as is necessary because everything at Arsenal right now, he's built. We was in the dumps. We was the laughing stock of the Premier League. Now it's a whole different thing. All you can say to us is, oh, you haven't won anything, but there's no banter. You can't tell me about, oh, you got David Luiz at the back and Mustafi just falling over and getting cooked every week. That doesn't happen to us anymore.
They've won things, man.
Sorry, Vance.
No, they've won things at Arsenal.
Who?
Them boys won stuff at Arsenal.
He's talking to you, Hump.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
who won stuff at Arsenal? What are you talking about? Sorry.
Them players that you just mentioned won stuff at Arsenal. The players that you've got, not one of them's won anything at Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
This is what we're asking. This is what I'm saying to you. How long do you give them
until they reach into their prime years? If this Arsenal team reach into their prime as a collective and doesn't win, then for me, that's a failure. But I can't be looking at 22, 23-year-olds and expecting them to go and bench press Kevin De Bruyne, who's one of the best central midfielders I've ever seen in the Premier League. It doesn't logically make sense. But you don't want to put the pressure on when Salah was 26, 27 in his prime scoring these goals. He wasn't 22, 23. He was out in obscurity learning his trade in Italy, playing against bums. Do you understand?
Your club's chosen to buy young players. Your club.
Yes, so it takes time. But I'm saying, I'm not frustrated as an Arsenal fan. Everybody else looking in is saying, how long does Arteta have? He spent this much money. He's been there this long. But as an Arsenal fan, I'm not frustrated at where my team is or where my team is going. But you guys are putting the pressure on and saying, oh, when are you going to win? When are you going to do something?
What you said to Hunt about why do you bother supporting Spurs? I could ask you the same question because you're saying you're not bothered. You're seeing progress. We're playing. Our players are young, but I'm not saying to you, your mentality is not a winning mentality then, because you're just saying, oh, I'm happy to come third. We're the best. We're the second best team in the league. That's not winning nothing, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're accepting failure. You're accepting failure. This is why I'm asking you, how long do you accept it for? This is why. See people slag off Chelsea.
I'll say it to you like this. I'll say it to you like this because maybe you might understand there. It can only be a failure is if at the beginning of the season we go into the season as the best team and don't win the league. Do you know that? So at no point in the last 4 years, you have thought in your head, Arsenal's the best team in this league going into the season and they should win the league. So how can we be in a failure when we can all sit here, you just said this league is a farmers league because Man City are about to win it 5 times. But you're in the league and you've been in a better position than Arsenal and couldn't win the league. So why do you think that now Arsenal, who are not in a good position as Liverpool, should win the league?
We've won the league. We've won the league. This is the difference. What I'm saying, we've won stuff.
Yes, you've won the league, but you're still in the league. That's a farmers league. So, that was your word, you know. That wasn't my words. You said this league is a farmers league. So I'm saying you have been at the top of the mountain. Yeah. Wow, this league has become a farmers league.
Yeah, and so have you.
I haven't been at the top of the mountain. I haven't won a Champions League and I haven't won a Prem. So how could I have been to the top of the mountain yet?
You got to remember, see Wenger, you got rid of Wenger,
But you're talking about 20-something years ago. We're talking about now under Arteta. I'm saying you, Liverpool, in the last 5 years have gone to the top of the mountain, but have allowed the Premier League to turn into a farmers league while you're at the top of the mountain. I have not made it to the top of the mountain yet.
So have you for not competing? Where have you been competing? You're saying we've been the competition. You're making it a farmers league. You haven't been competitive. You said, the team hasn't put this money in. Oh, we couldn't buy anyone because PSR. Look at Chelsea. They're finding loopholes. Why is your guy not finding loopholes?
Because it's different when your club is just bought and all your debt gets wiped off, big man. So obviously you can have an influx of money that just comes out of absolutely nowhere. We've all got debts as a club, big man. That is so. If you were just to get a new owner tomorrow, like when Liverpool was linked with the Saudi owners, big man, you would, if you got the Saudi owners, you would have been doing the exact same thing that Chelsea's doing because you've got no debt now. So now man can go ballistic.
That's the only way you're going to beat Man City.
No, because everything goes in evolution, big man. At some point, you have to come to the end of your cycle and go again. That's where Liverpool is at right now. You're at the end of your cycle and you're having to retune to go again. Yeah, Man City are coming to the end of their cycle. All of their key players who are like the main attributes of their team are in their prime or declining out of their prime. No?
Yeah, but you'll just keep changing this. I'm asking you, when are you going to win? When are you going to win? So you're saying I'm going to wait 10 years to City. City are all old men. That's not.
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna wait 10 years. I'm saying to you, I'm saying to you, but Saka right now is 23 years old.
Let
Yeah.
him finish, bro. Let him finish. Let him finish.
What I'm saying is, if you don't win anything this year, players like Saliba, Gabriel, they'll look elsewhere. They want to win things, chap. He plays in a team with the French team. You know, he goes international. He sees all the people around the locker room that are Real Madrid winning everything. He's gonna want that. He's gonna want that. You got to remember that. And you got to remember the last few players that have left Arsenal, they've gone and won the league when they've left. Xhaka, Chamberlain, Van Persie, they've had to do that because you haven't been competitive. This is what I'm saying. How long do you give him? Because you're doing the same circle.
So all right then. So
for me, you have
okay. So all right. So I'll say it to you like this, yeah. If Saliba wants to go to Real Madrid, yeah, and Real Madrid give Arsenal 150 million, 200 million for Saliba,
yeah,
am I gonna be upset if we go in and reinvest it and then win the league? No.
But you're not going to replace him, mate. He's not.
How are you not going to replace? So you're going to sit here as a Liverpool fan who sold Coutinho that made you win the league and sold Suarez that made you win the league because you reinvested the money, but Arsenal are going to sell their asset and not reinvest the money. Make it make logical sense. This is why I say people just talk for the sake of talking.
When you sold Van, you got history of it.
We sold Van Persie for 25 million. What kind of reinvestment can you do with 25 million, big man? But give me 200 million, I can do a thing. Do you understand? Like, come on, make it make sense.
It does make sense because 25 million then was a lot of money. Transfer weren't.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Brother, you bought Andy Carroll for 50 million. You bought Andy Carroll for 50 million.
Yeah? 35, mate. And
okay,
remember
that was before we sold Van Persie, right? So how can 25 million be a lot for Van Persie, but 35 million for Andy Carroll is not a mad thing? Make it make sense.
You're saying it's not a lot of money. I'm saying it is a lot of money.
Yeah, and I'm saying that obviously it is not, because if Van Persie can go for less than Andy Carroll, then obviously it is not a lot of money, big man. Come on, make it make sense.
But it just shows how badly your clubs run then, because you're not making.
He was in the last year of his contract. He was in the last year of his contract, and that's what we got at the time. That was good market value. Now we've gone on to see players go for 100 million and that, but that wasn't the normal thing back then. Like, so let's not go on like everyone was signing these mad players, fam. Like, no. So yes, we slipped the ball. We slipped the Arsenal for a very long time have slipped the ball in terms of selling our assets. This is the first season in a very long time I've seen Arsenal sell any assets and we get any sort of decent money for them. Yeah. So in the hypothetical world, Saliba right now has got 3 years left on his contract. Yeah. So if he wants to go to Real Madrid next year, they have to come in with 150 million minimum. Or big man, you're not going anywhere. You can kick up your toys and want to go, but your contract says, big man, you have to play.
Yeah, nah. I'm with Bamp still. I'm not gonna lie, cuz with the whole people like.
You're doing the circle,
shit.
Man.
Yeah, man. I feel like,
and I hear that, and I can see where you lot are coming from. But my stance is with Arteta is, if he's going to fail, he should have the opportunity to fail because he's made this be a thing.
When you
understand,
like that,
it's not like he's inherited anything that he's got at this team or anything that was going on. Everything at Arsenal right now is focusedly, slowly centered around what Arteta has come in and changed. So if he fails, I feel like I should give him as much rope to fail. Then, like, if we get a new manager, the new manager's got 2 seasons to win a major trophy. It's no playtime. You got 2 seasons, big man, to win a major trophy because the foundations for you.
Why are you giving Arteta unlimited?
Because, like I said, he is a new manager. He's learning on the job. He's built the infrastructure for himself.
Anymore. He's been doing it for 5 years on his own, and he's been.
Big man, you're a new manager until you've had multiple jobs and experiences, bro. So you can't look at me and tell me, oh, Ancelotti's out there, but and think that I can compare an Arteta to an Ancelotti.
You're not. That's Arsenal as a club's failure then for not buying an accomplished manager to win. That's being not ambitious.
So All right, so it's being not ambitious, yeah. But if Arteta, so just hypothetically speaking, yeah, if Arteta was to win the Premier League this season, yeah, and we have Arteta for the next 15 years, does that not make more logical sense than getting an old man who's going to come in and win us something now, but there's no structure or path for us to go anywhere?
Wait a second, yeah. But see, I've had this discussion with my pal, yeah, Arsenal fan. I said to him, when you had the transition from Wenger, when like in 04 and that, when we were younger, how good you are, and then you were happy with when you moved to the Emirates, things obviously you had tight money because you're paying for the stadium. Wenger was still winning stuff. People forget Wenger was saying, and Arsenal fans wanted him out. You ain't won nothing for 9 years, but he was winning you trophies, getting you top 4. Yeah, and you still want, but now you're saying it's acceptable to have Thingy to win and then have him for another 10 years.
What?
So you're saying that you're happy to Arteta to win a cup now, yeah?
Yeah.
And then have him for the next 10 years. And you
because he's a young manager. He's 44 years old, 45 years old.
You didn't give Wenger that chance. Wenger won you everything. And
we did give Wenger that chance. We did give Wenger that chance. We gave Wenger 10 years. And you're looking from the outside. Our thing was with Wenger was he was protecting the board. He wasn't coming out and telling us, big man, they're fucking me. They're not giving me no money to spend. He's telling us, oh, we got £150 million war chest. And fam, man, not spending no one. Man's getting Kallstrom on loan. But we're putting out our hair. We're saying, fam, we need a striker for 5 years. A man can't buy a striker. But you lot are telling us there's money. Wenger's coming out and saying, it's okay. There's no one in the market that I want. That was the problem. If Wenger came out and said, fam, the owners are not giving me the money.
You've just said that about this year. There's nothing in the market. So you're using the same excuses as Wenger.
No, but I'm saying that the market then and the market now is completely two whole different ball games, big man. So when with the market right now, we don't attacking players are not on the forefront. There's more defenders and midfielders that are a high value now that are in the eye. In terms of attacking talents, like the strikers that we could name from back in the day, not even the R9s, the Henrys, the Trezeguets, the Shevchenkos, the Crespos. Like we can't name strikers. It's Haaland, and that's it.
Yeah,
like, understand? That's number 9. It's Haaland, and that's it. There's no one else that man can compete with this guy to put in the league with this guy to say, all right, there's Harry Kane, but go and buy Lewandowski, and that's the same. Like, no, there's nobody in the market that you can tell me that there's Haaland, and that's it.
Yeah, but then in terms of how football games are played, Haaland's way of being a striker, right, is only his goals. That's it. He brings nothing else to the table. So literally, in terms of because it literally, and that's fine. But the fact is Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, I don't even really think are in the argument of trying to win things properly anyway. Not yet for sure, if they'll ever be. But in terms of you've got to find a different way. So you've got to utilise the next level of striker, right? And set up your side in a way that you find a way to deliver that way instead. That's how it's got to be.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. When you say, can I just add one last thing? When you said about putting pressure on Arteta to win, it's not how when I turn around and say you haven't won anything yet, it's just stating the fact. It's not putting any pressure on Mikel Arteta or Arsenal, right? The simple question, it was all said because it's facts, and then Catch answered it. He gives him one more year, and then after that, right, you've got to start looking at it. Is he actually delivering anything here? Now, like I say, in terms of Man City, they are the team to beat. They're not going to be beaten too easily. What's going on now in the background might have a part to play in that.
Willing to
and
wait
also
10 years
one of the points you make, Trees, that their squad is getting a bit older. That also factors in. But they've got the ability. They're already thinking for the future. They're buying younger players coming in as well in different areas. And when they do need that player to replace Kevin De Bruyne, they'll just go and spend 150 million on Guimaraes. Job done.
Yeah, but that doesn't you thinking that you don't get the Kevin De Bruynes, the Mo Salahs, the Thierry Henrys, the Harry Kanes. We've all been alive long enough to know that, fam, you don't just go and buy the replacement for that guy. That's not how it works. So this is why I'm saying,
this is how City work.
No, it don't.
It's how Chelsea work.
Look how long City took to find a replacement for Aguero.
Yeah.
How many strikers did they go through before they got to Haaland now to be the one that says, yeah, I'm the guy to wear the mantle? But the difference was all the other players around them were still in the prime, so it didn't affect that they didn't have that number 9. Do you understand? But you're not always
I'm
going
so
to
sorry
be
about my
able
phone,
to...
boys. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry.
Yeah, you're not always going to be able to just magically click your fingers and go and find this guy. You're going to go through, and even so, the Pep Guardiolas of this world, there's not too many managers that man can say you are a guaranteed 20 points from 0 games played, you're ahead 20 points. So it's all of these things that factor in, but I don't feel like we take those factors into the equation as rival fans. Like me, I'm not on Liverpool this season because, like I said, you've just lost the best manager of that I've seen Liverpool have, and you're going to be going through a mad transition. So when you have your ups and you have your downs, it's to be expected. But for me, when Liverpool fans are coming out and saying, "Yeah, we're going to win the league this season," for me, that's delusion. Because you have to know you're gonna go through games where my man just don't know what to do.
Everyone said that. You're taking that.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying generally, innit? Like you will say things to me that Arsenal fans have said, not necessarily that I've said, but it's just the general consensus, innit? So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying Liverpool. If Liverpool finished 5th this season and won an FA Cup, fam, I would clap my fucking hands to you. That's an amazing season.
No, it's not.
Okay then.
For a new manager.
Oh, you crazy? That's what I'm saying. It's mad.
Yeah, you're expecting a bit too much, man.
I've got standards, mate.
You
gotta be. This is why I rate. See, when Roman was in charge of Chelsea, a lot of people hate Chelsea on this, yeah. But I like his ruthlessness. If they ain't cutting the mustard, he's fucking them off. I like that.
But do you know why he could move? Do you know why he could move like that? Do you know why he could move like that?
Do that
because
with unlimited money, Bams.
No, it's not even only the unlimited money. I can move like that as an owner because when the manager comes to me and says, "Big man, I want player A, B, and C," Roman went and got him. So if you failed, big man, there's no excuse. You asked me for these guys, and I got you them, and now they're not working.
Yeah, but
nobody else besides Pep Guardiola goes out and says, "I want him." And they get Real Madrid. Real Madrid is the only team that I know that, fam, if they knock on your door, your player's going, innit, big man. See you later, innit? Like, but that Liverpool don't have that pool. Arsenal don't have that pool. Man United don't have that pool no more. Tottenham don't have that pool. So it's very difficult to look at Chelsea as that model to say, okay, we're going to pay you whatever you want, whatever transfer fee. Manager, tell me whoever you want, and we'll get them for you. If you fail, there's no room for you to wiggle and blame anyone else. You told me this is who you want. I've given you who you want. You better make it work.
Go on. All right. Last thing back. Go on. Because it's getting that hour. People got work and these things and that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But go on, man.
Go on. Now carry on.
Now go on. You're going to say something. I'm going to end it there, bro.
That's all it is. I just feel like Arteta is.
Let him go, cuz, and then you go, because you just said that. Let him go.
I just think that,
and then everyone say their piece at the end. And
you'll just go with Arteta. For me, he has to win something this year. Has to.
And you saying him winning something is, if he wins a Carabao Cup, does that justify your logic?
It's something, then nothing, isn't it? So, yeah.
Okay, so you're just saying win any trophy, and trophy, that doesn't matter.
It's a major.
I need
trophy.
a major.
It's a major trophy. You know.
I need a major.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I need a major.
So I just want to ask you one more thing. If Arsenal was to finish 5th, but we won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, does Arteta deserve to be fired?
Yeah, that's a better season than last year.
Now, for me, he has to go.
Yeah, he's got to go. Yeah,
he's got to. If we finish 5th, he's got to go. I don't care what we win. Bye.
But this is what I'm saying. You Arsenal fans rate the FA Cup the most because they won it the most, right?
No.
They do. They go on this train. Oh, we've gone the most FA Cups, yeah.
That's our trophy, innit? Like, boom.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. To you. You've glorified it, but now you're saying
because we're on bigger things.
Because he's already got an FA Cup, and you man are telling me that he needs to win a trophy. So he's already got that trophy. Man saying nah.
Time, it was ages ago, man. It wasn't even his team. I want it.
Okay, I'm gonna set you a challenge for the next time we're on, yeah. On stream together,
My phone working would be a good one.
Yeah, but this is my challenge to you. Outside of Pep Guardiola, yeah, tell me a manager, yeah, that has won a level of a FA Cup in any league in their first 4 years of management. You can save that one until the next time we're on, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, besides Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola's the only one that you can't tell me. I'm telling you that one already. Yeah?
Okay. No
But
problem.
tell me a manager that's come under no experience and your first job within 4 years.
Okay.
You've won the level of an FA Cup within your first 4 years.
Hey, just wait until the next one, Bab.
No, you don't need to search it now. You don't need to search it now. That's just something that I got to get with these heads with it.
He's got it now, he said, but we'll hold it. Hold it.
Easy stuff.
Who? What'd you say?
Easy. It's easy. I've got one now.
Okay. Let's just leave it there because then you were gonna go back and then let's just leave it. Yeah. Hey, big up you lot for coming on, man. I appreciate you lot so much. Big man thing. And if you're watching,
it was a waste of time with me and my phone.
Don't worry, man. As long as you're here. Trust
Can you see this? I know your phone's working. Can you see this?
Yes.
I know you know about this badge here. Nah, you gotta put the old school one. He's an old man, cuz he knows about this badge here. 3-point lane.
I know all about that badge. It's the same.
Yeah, he knows all about this one here, mate. Yeah.
Hey, like and subscribe, comment.
Every other badge in the league.
Love.
Hey, whatever.
Take it easy.